Oh, whoa, that's quick. Much faster than last night. Hey, everybody. I'm just going to be on here for a couple minutes because I have a couple announcements I want to make. Number one, my live stream last night, I said something I should not have said. And it was wrong, unprofessional, stupid, immature. I am sorry. If I offended anybody, I apologize. I'll try to be better. So if it offended you and you want to unfollow me, that is cool. I have no problem with that. So, what I said was wrong. So like I said, if I offended anybody, I apologize. Unfriend me if you don't want to follow me anymore. I understand completely. Believe me. I'm only going to be on shortly. I have a few announcements here. Oh, two people, Easy Academy and Teacher Kelly. How are you? How are you guys doing? Internet last night we've had so much garbage weather lately, and finally it calmed down. So I was walking around this morning all out of sorts. No, this isn't a dad joke. I literally got out of bed. I didn't feel right. I've been working outside in the garden. I'm walking around with a headache. I finally came in to get something to drink because I'm like, maybe I'm dehydrated or something. I have 2 or 3 cups of coffee every single morning from my Gone Squatching present I got years ago. I've drank coffee since I was 13 years old. I'm just about 60. And that's what it was. I forgot to have coffee. I literally walked out the door. I never do that. So that fixes that problem. That's problem number one. I always joke about the YouTube gurus with the goofy hair, glasses, and they're gonna get you 1 million views even though you only have 5 subscribers. And I just wanted to put this out there. I don't know if a lot of people, if they're new to YouTube, if you go to your YouTube studio, like I'm on my laptop right now, but if you go to your YouTube studio, on the main dashboard, right to your right is an information box. And YouTube will have their content creators that they allow to, do stuff like that on their site and inform people and do educational stuff. They go there. That's where I've been getting a lot of my information. So I just want to put this out there. Before you watch 50 YouTube gurus for 100 hours, I'm telling you this right now, I've studied it. If you go watch the YouTube, as long as you keep a track of that every day and see what changes, they'll let you know. Like this year, 2025 was how they did shorts because they were trying to do more of a TikTok-ish type thing to try to keep up with the other platforms. Well, YouTube announced that and then they even said how they do their views versus their impressions and all of that, and how they figure all that out and how it goes to your analytics. So they announce all that. Within a day, you'll have 50 gurus out there dropping all of these clickbait videos that are going to get you monetized in 23 seconds. When all we have to do as creators is go watch that. They're usually about a minute or 2 long. They tell you what you need to know, and then you can just go research it. That's where I finally learned that these guys are just, and if you watch, go look at the days when they released, they're all in the same time frame. A day or 2 after that drops, all of a sudden they'll come out of the woodwork with this new information that you need to know to grow right now. And it's one of those, it's like when the sham wow, but wait, there's more. You buy one, you're going to get 2. If you do this one thing, you're going to get 1 million subscribers. You do these 2 things, you're going to get 1 billion subscribers. And then it's just nonsensical. YouTube wants you to succeed. They want you to grow. They will give you the information. Every time something's gone wrong on my channel, it's been something I've done. You can probably hear my rescue dog in the background. I guess somebody's out there. Also, on my lives, drop a comment. I did one yesterday. I did one the other day, a couple minutes. Last night's was like an hour. I've edited it down and got rid of some of the noise, the white noise, and some of the things I said that I shouldn't have. But I've edited it down. But you don't even have to watch the video. All I'm asking is go to the lives, each one of them. You don't have to watch them. I'm not asking you to watch them. And put a comment in the comment section describing your channel. I've done it on mine. I've described the 2 channels I have, and I'm hoping that other people will do that. And then you're going to end up finding, if you do that, you'll find other people will begin to follow you because you might have content they want to watch, or they didn't realize you existed, and now they can follow you. It's just you don't have to. I'm just asking. That way, if you are trying to grow and you are trying to push your channel and trying to get more subscribers and views, that is one way to go get other subscribers. And I don't mean sub for sub. Don't do that. But if you find somebody you like, follow them, watch some of their videos, like, and then subscribe to them. Let's see. If you have any ideas, if anybody has ideas where they think it can help your channel to grow, if you have something that maybe I don't talk about or something I don't know about, and you do, or you heard, will this work? Or you heard one of the gurus say, hey, do this and you'll get 1 million views. If you want, give me that information, put that in a comment. Say, hey, Okies, this person said, if you uncheck that box for release it to your subscribers that are on your list first, or whatever that box is, I'll try it. I'll try it on one of my videos, see if it has any effect. I'm using that as my test kitchen, kind of, where I can test recipes to see what makes my videos more successful than others. So if it dives, I know it was a bad idea. I can duplicate it a couple times, and then I can observe what's happening. And then I will get back to that person and I'll give them a call out. But yeah, I'm willing to do that. If you guys want to throw ideas, I will definitely give those a try. Another thing I found interesting, who has on YouTube, you think you've done everything right. And this is like a potato analogy I'm going to use here for a minute because I like gardening. Did you ever notice sometimes you think you did everything right, and then there's other videos, you're in a rush, maybe you're in a bad mood, you just wanted to get this little video done and out there. And then you start watching the views, and it's almost like it starts going crazy. Like, well, I didn't do anything. I didn't do any research. I just put it out there and it grows. I literally, this year, as I keep expanding my garden, I don't know how it got over there, but this year, in the one corner that's the furthest away from where I grew potatoes last year, a potato plant starts growing. I let it go a little bit, then I hilled some dirt around it like you're supposed to. And then I've watered it with the rest of the garden, and then I've just let it go. I haven't put any fertilizer. I just wanted to see why is this potato growing in this one area? I didn't do anything. Well, today it wasn't ready to be harvested yet, but I'm like, it's getting the best of me. I need to see. I have so many other potato plants, and I said to myself, I'm just going to go dig it up and see. That plant had over 1 pound of potatoes in it, that one plant. I put the spade fork in, I rolled it like in that little community post I did, and they were just falling on the ground. And the analogy I'm making is with YouTube, sometimes you didn't do anything. You basically recorded your video, you slapped a title and a description really quick, and just to get it out the door, up onto the content so people can watch it. I've had one, when I first started, it went over 3,500 views. It was me using a cultivator, a battery operated cultivator. And that thing I was only a month into my content creation in February. I was in March, not even a month away from when I first started. And I was getting 20, 30, 40 views. And all of a sudden this one goes to 35. I'm like, why? All I put was, I'm cultivating my garden using a battery powered thing. It went crazy. People were watching that left and right. and the analytics on it were amazing. And I didn't even know anything about analytics. I didn't know anything about SEO optimization, all of that stuff. Crazy stuff. So that kind of, I guess, gardening can be like that, because sometimes seeds can blow around, or it can be in bird droppings, and you might see carrots growing over here. You never planted carrots over there, but seeds do somehow get pushed by the wind or by animals or whatever. And then all of a sudden something's growing over there where you didn't even do anything. So I just wanted to put that analogy out there. And I did want to keep you guys up to date, because I told you I'd keep you up to date on these. There was 2 videos. Missy 1980, I believe it was, at Missy 1980. Follow her if you get a chance. I put a post out there about a stalled video. So can you revive a stalled video? And I say, yes, you can. And I said, I made sure in the video it's not 100%. Mine have been about 50%. Sometimes I change a few things. Nothing happens. It's literally DOA. It's done. It's not going anywhere. I just leave it there. Eventually, you get new subscribers. If they go back and watch some of your older stuff, it'll get another hit. But I said, what I like to do is I might change the picture, or if it's a long form video, change the thumbnail. Try a different thumbnail like they do with the A/B stuff, comparisons. Get a more trending title. Maybe add some more trending keywords in your description. Put a pinned comment, so on and so forth. Change your end screen and your cards. And then my other one was go to your other really successful videos and put that in your card, calling out and all pointing at that one video that's slowed down. With that said, May 20th of this year, I had the one video just stopped dead. At 820 views, it just stopped, flatlined. I went back in a day later, I think, and I changed the description. I put some different hashtags in, put some keywords in there, and pinned the comment. So I did a bunch of things. So I'm not exactly sure which one did the work for me or did the heavy lifting. Sure enough, a couple of days later, I apologize. It was at 783 or something like that. And then it went to 820 after I made that change, 820. I just checked it this morning. So from May 20th till now, was it June 2nd? It went from 783 views to 988. It's now pushing the 1,000 limit. And it's just still inching up a little bit at a time, but it's gained, almost, 783. So it's gained over 200 views in about 10 days, 11 days. So yeah, that doesn't sound like a lot. Like, 200 views over that many days is not a lot. It is when it was a dead, stalled video that was not going anywhere. And my point being is, if you can take one video and do it, and we all have so many videos now. If you have 20 stalled videos from older videos, instead of doing all the work of downloading it, changing it, fixing it, uploading it, make a few changes first and give it a try over a week. Go in and change 10 or so of your videos. If you get just 50% and you get 200 extra views in each one, that's another 1,000 views. That's more watch time hours. That's more people possibly subscribing. Then, feel free, go for it. Download it, change it up, shorten it, edit it, upload it again, and let's see if it'll roll again. But I mean, to me, it's like easy money. It's like putting money in the bank. And like my dad always said, interest is the easiest form of money. If it's good interest rate, you put money in the bank, good interest rate, boom, you get a good return. You didn't do anything for that money. You just put the money in there. You worked hard for your money. You put it in an account that gets you some growth, and boom, you got extra money. Same thing here. Take something that's stalled, put a new paint job on it, clean it up, detail it, and put it back out on the showroom floor and see what happens. You don't know. You never know, So that's it. those are just my ideas and my announcements, but hope to drop another video on Saturday. I'm doing the editing now. But then just remember, please, if you go to the lives, please drop a comment. If on the post, even if you see a community post, drop a comment. Say, hey, here's my channel. Here's my channel, what I do. When people go and leave comments, then they can see your channel in the comment, and it might be a niche that they're interested in following. That's how I found a lot of the people I follow, through the comments, because I saw they do cooking. I like cooking. I saw they play guitar. I like guitar, so on and so forth. Oh, that said, hold on. Rustic Rich Originals. Just got my new guitar. I told Rustic Rich Originals the other day that I got a guitar because I like his music and his style. And I used to play guitar. I took lessons for like 2 or 3 years. I had an electric guitar. I'm older now. I just want to do acoustic. My hairband days are over, but he said I should do jokes with the guitar. If you think that's a good idea, drop it in the bottom there in the comments saying, yeah, that's a good idea. And also, if you think it's a good idea, do you want to see more of my rescue dog in my videos, both jokes or on Okies? Do you want to see some more of my garden? I'm still planning on doing a live. I just literally was working in the garden. Let me put this up real quick. This is awesome. I have 2 planter boxes. That's just 2. I have 10 pumpkin plants right now going. Hopefully you can see that. They're about a week and a half old. They are going gangbusters. And then what was really cool was I'm sitting there digging up the potatoes. And that must be some kind of a sign. A nice little, hey, Nicola, nice little butterfly. I think it was a monarch. Flew right over, didn't even care I was there. Flew right by me, right by my face, and landed 1 foot on the grass. There's a little flower there, and it landed there pollinating or whatever it's doing. How are you, Nicola? Oh, yeah, I just wanted to make a few announcements, and when I post this later, I just ask that people go in the comments below and just post what your channel is, so give people a chance, because once this closes out, they don't go back in it. I don't think they see this chat box anymore, I think. But go in and leave a comment below and then put them on the other ones and let somebody see if they may follow you. If you're in a niche that they want to do, like your stuff, like I like your stuff, then they can go follow you. Yeah, winding down. Oh, you just had dinner. I just had home fried potatoes from my garden. What did you make? Did you post it on a video? What you cooked for dinner? Did you actually cook something, or did you cheat and get fast food? I'll tell you what, if let's see. Oh, wow. So you made the actual burger buns. Hey, have you ever made, I did them last year. I'm going to do them again. I do them in the fall. Yes, I will share the garden. I got to get to 50 subscribers, which I'm not there yet. I'm at, I think 28, maybe 25, 28. I didn't check yet today. You need 50 to do a live from your iPad or your iPhone or something. I can bring the laptop out there, and I will do that if I have to, but I would prefer to get the 50 subscribers, then I can meet my first goal, and then just do it with the phone, because then I can just, instead of picking this computer up all the time and turning it and trying to show stuff and flipping the camera. Hey, Roy. Good to see you. Roy, I don't know if you know Nicola Recipes or not. She's a great channel to follow. And Roy here, Nicola, he does these really cool paintings. It's crazy. Very relaxing. I watch his stuff when I have him on subscribe. I have him on the notification bell. So his stuff drops when I see it when it drops. But yes, Nicola, I'm going to definitely. Oh, Roy, just do one. Just do it. All you have to do is just point it like you do with your paintings, and then just talk during it. People, it mesmerizes them. I mean, the way you do your drawings and your paintings and stuff is crazy. People would love to see that. But yeah, I'm going to definitely do from the garden, because I want to do before I get it harvested. So here's what's going to happen. I have all my potato plants are getting ready to harvest. I have about 75 plants to go. I've been getting about almost 2 pounds per plant. So I'm hoping to score about 150 pounds of potatoes this year for my small garden. And they're getting better every year because I keep putting compost in my soil. But before I do harvest it all, if I don't have 50 subscribers yet, to be able to use my iPhone to do the live in the garden, because I'm going to sit right in the middle of the garden with a chair, and then I can show you my trellises and what's climbing and everything. Then I'm going to, hey, Rutendo, how are you? Doing very well. Hope you're doing well too. But yeah, that's going to be the gist of it. I'm going to try to get out to the garden at some point with I want to do, like I said, if I have to, before I harvest, if I don't have 50 subscribers yet, I'm going to, yes, I can. And I did a couple. I did the one with the potatoes, and I'll continue to do that in small fashion, like on a community post. I just don't want to do videos about the garden because it's out of the niche. I don't want to hurt any of the analytics. Please bear with me 1 second. Power cord. Forgot my power cord. And it just reminded me. I apologize for that, everybody. All right. Let's get back to it. Yeah, if you don't mind, if everyone go in, just double tap your screen, I guess, and I can do that. So, yes, it will be from the garden, but I don't want it to hurt my niche. You know, if you do too many videos outside the niche, it can tend to hurt your channel. I found that out the hard way. Yes, Nicola, that's what I'm going to do. I'm definitely going to do that. Like I said, if I don't have 50 by the time I harvest next week, I'm gonna take an extension cord with my computer out to the garden, and I will do a live from the garden. It'll just be choppy because I'll be turning the computer to show things instead of my phone and being able to flip back and forth. So it's going to be a little messy, but I really want people to see it, because if I have the trellises, and my cucumbers are about 2 foot up the trellis now. My pole beans are well over 3 feet. They've already gone over the fence and are continuing to shoot straight up in the sky. So some of those are 4 feet tall. I harvested 2 huge bowls of green beans last night. That was crazy. It was so hot out, but we had fresh green beans for dinner last night. I actually had some for breakfast, and I still have all of them are cut up in cold water in the fridge. And then we eat them raw. My wife and I both eat them raw. So she takes them to work. I take them outside to work, and I just take a handful, put them in a bag, go out, and we have fresh green beans. But Roy, definitely do a live. I would love to watch a live with you from start to finish. I know you'll have to probably edit it and shorten it and stuff maybe, but do something really simple that takes an hour. I guarantee. I mean, I'll watch. And hey, Rutendo, do I follow you? Did I subscribe to you? I thought I had, but if I hadn't, I will subscribe from this channel and my other channel. I thought I did, but who knows? Who knows? I'm getting old and senile. But yeah, I just hope I can do it. I'd rather, like I said, Nicole, I'd rather do it with the iPad, because then, with the iPad, it's going to be a better picture. You can move it around better and easier, and it won't be so choppy. And then I have a microphone for my phone. I have the nice microphone, so if it's a little windy out, I can actually, you can still hear my talking through the wind or background noise. But and once I got that, I have one of those, what do they call them? Selfie sticks. Mine's a tripod / selfie stick. I don't know if anybody on here knows, but back in early March, we had wildfires here where I live. I'm in the country. I only have a couple houses around me. It was so close to our house, the firefighters were in our driveway, setting their trucks up, pointing the other way because we were having 60 and 70 mile an hour winds. And I have a couple videos, and I'll share some pictures from that, where 75% of this huge landmass where I'm on this big, they call it a circle. It's 3 roads that form this big circle. It's probably 75% of it burned. It took trees out. It took the grass out. It almost took no houses, only a gazebo and a shed. One of their storage sheds was hit. Everybody was really fortunate. They had 14 fire companies respond. So it did not hit our home. It was on its way here. We were next. They had trucks in our yard because the wind was blowing 80 miles, 60 miles, 70 miles an hour our way and just pushing the fire. And then when I went out the next day, I took a walk. It's a 1.5 mile walk around the property. And it was just, the grass was just solid black. Trees were burned all the way up, were just black. Some were so hot, the trees burned and were just ash on the ground. It was crazy. But then what's interesting is within 2 weeks, the grass was coming back green. And it's all, you'd never know, except for some of the trees that it killed. It's just crazy. But anyways, I have this 1.5 mile walk. It's a dirt road. It's really nice. It's country. So I'm going to do that selfie stick where I can walk around. I'll do a live walking around, talking about things. And I'll walk around the whole lot, maybe come back, and then I can sit out in the garden. But I want to make a whole big outdoor kind of thing. I would really like to do it when it's like 105 degrees out, because I'd like people to see how severe heat does affect you over a period of time, short period of time. You can go out, you're nice and cool. It could be 105 within 10 minutes. You're sweating, you're getting tired. It saps your strength. But I'd love to do it on a really hot day so people can see how I react. Because I work in it all the time. Just you build up a resistance to it. But yeah, Nicole, are you doing a live soon? Roy says he would like to do a live stream, but he doesn't feel confident yet about doing it. But I'm hoping he does, because this stuff would be great. I would. So have you ever heard of, you know what? I'm going to put it in here. It's called Glenn and Friends. There, it's in there for you, Nicola. Look him up. Go look him up. What caught me was number one, he's from Canada. So he's got that, the way they kind of like Minnesota, they have that little bit of accent, but he's my age, very friendly guy. And the first time I saw him, I just heard him talking, and I'm like, there's just something about him that drew me to his channel. And he's just very pleasant, and he's funny. And he did videos and pictures for like restaurants and for their food. He did it for grocery stores. That was his career. He was a videographer and all that. So it was natural for him to move into the YouTube world when he got older, and he does that now. And what he does is he sets up, so it's in front of him, and he's talking to the camera while he's cooking. But it's so funny because the first time I saw him, he's finishing up and he puts down 2 bowls and he dips out some soup or whatever. And then all of a sudden this lady comes in. Her name is Julie, but they call her Jules. And he goes, "Hey, Jules." And she goes, "Hey, Glenn." Well, they're husband and wife, right? So she comes in and they start eating the food, and they give their opinion on the recipe they found. And it's just really cool, the interaction between them, because they're both really nice people. But it's just funny because then I'd watch the next video, same thing. And it was always like, he's doing all of the labor and all the cooking, and she comes in for the last like 5 seconds for the money shot, and they sit there and eat, and it's done. But it works for him. And now you always look, if she's not, sometimes he'll actually say, "Jules won't be here today." And it's like, well, should I even bother watching? But yeah, go check him out. He's got a lot of good ideas. His lighting, he's a videographer. His videos are only usually 10 minutes, 5 minutes, but check him out. You want to see some good live ideas. And I'll tell you what, go watch, I cannot remember her name. She's from, I think she's from Alabama. She's from the South, United States, in the South. She does Southern cooking. She's an older lady, and she's like a grandmother, who we know are the best cooks anyways. And she just points down at the counter where she's cooking, and she just has everything laid out, and then she'll hold it in front, kind of like what Chef Zed does. She'll hold it in front so you can see what seasoning she's putting in, or what herb, or eggs, or milk, or how much, and then they cook it, and then they show it, and it's a 10-minute. But you could do one that was more extensive type thing. People would watch that. I mean, what you can do is you can actually show the cooking, where you're doing all the stuff and talking. And then my idea would be, get it to that point where you're ready to put it in the oven. Say you're doing a casserole or something, or a roast, then show putting in the oven, and then you edit, and then you turn the camera around. And then while you're talking, people can ask you questions about the dish. You can give the history on the dish. He does that a lot, this Glenn. He takes stuff from pre-World War I, pre-World War II, when they didn't have a lot of, vanilla. They were using rose water and other types of flavorings, and lemon water and mint water, and to flavor their foods, where now we have almond extract, we have vanilla extract, we have all of that. But then you're talking while it's cooking. So that's going to give you time, the 20 minutes, the 30 minutes or whatever, that you're talking, you're interacting with your audience. And then when it's done, you bring it out and try it. And then you're trying the food. Oh, one other one. Here's another one for you. This woman is awesome. I think she's related to me because she's into the old Corelle, all those old 40s and 50s vintage stuff, that cooking sheets and aluminum pie plates and tins, and the Corelle, the Pyrex, all the old stuff that was like, that's all collectible now. She uses all that stuff, and her channel is Cooking the Books. Cooking the Books. You'll see her. She's a lady. She has glasses, and she has Betty Crocker one. She's got all these older cookbooks, and you're literally watching her the entire time. And she's got a really good following. And what I like about her and Glenn both, they both do this, but if they're doing something, if they drop an egg, or spill something, they don't stop the camera. They don't edit that out. They're just like, hey, this is real cooking. This happens. And they just keep going. It just rolls off them, and they just keep moving through the recipe. It's like a blooper. They don't even, and that's what I like about them. It's very realistic. It's like reality TV. It's real. They spill the milk, or they didn't have the right, they didn't check. They didn't have enough flour. He'll do something else, and they'll do something on the fly. And she's like that too. She's always spilling something and then laughing, or undercooking it or overcooking it or whatever. But Cooking the Books is her name. I watch her all the time. So those are two really good cooking channels I watch on YouTube. That would give you, I think, really good ideas. She just has her apron. And that's the other thing too, Nicola. Once you get to that point, they both do this. They both get embroidered aprons. He has a couple baseball caps, a mug for their merchandise. And that's how they support, they show their merchandise. So she'll wear, it'll say, Glenn and Friends or whatever. And that's his merchandise. Instead of a shirt he has, because he's a cook, he has the apron. She has her apron, and they sell them on their, they have a link that takes them to it. And you can I think, check with YouTube. There are ways you can do that where you can post a link. I would check on it first before doing it, so they don't, hitch on anything, but get some ideas for merchandise. And then as it starts to roll and you start to do those lives, start wearing your merchandise. And then just at the end, just say, hey, these are available at my store, blah, blah, blah. It helps build your brand, whatever. But, and I know that helps too a lot, according to YouTube. If you follow other people that do cooking, even if they're, they're famous, they're like Julia Childs, where, she's known by the world over. You follow them, it does help your analytics, because you do recipes you're watching stuff on recipes, you're commenting on somebody else's recipe, and then you begin interacting. And you get followed back by some of those people. If you comment enough, you'll go to the top of the pile there. They'll give you like one of those badges or something. And just keep commenting. Even if they don't respond back, comment and like and subscribe. And yes, I follow many of them, the old good ones. Yeah. So remember Julia Childs? I always liked her because she reminded me of my grandmother. And her and he was a Frenchman, Jacques Pepin. Those two, Jacques was always cool. He did French cooking. Him and Julia would do they roast duck. They do these like really nice French dishes and stuff. But I would go back to them too. Because Julia has videos. Go watch Rachel Ray. She's not really she's gotten into like reality TV and talk shows and stuff, but her old stuff, when she first started, she was one of the people that I believe she was at the Price Chopper, the grocery store near where I lived. And she used to give out like the food samples and do the cooking, like cook bacon or whatever in the store, and they give you a sample. That's where she got her start. So she actually started about 6 miles from where I lived. That's where she got her start. And then, she became huge. Her following, cookbooks and everything. Her kind of banter and her attitude, I think, really helped her, because she was always upbeat and happy and smiling, and, and she hit that, the 30-minute meals. Remember, it was always 30 minutes, because everybody was always like, it takes so long to cook dinner. And so she finally broke it down and said, no, it doesn't. You can do a great meal in 30 minutes, but go watch her for video ideas. She's got a lot of good ideas. Yes, I heard she lives in Tuscany now. That's really cool, because I know that she really is into that stuff. I know she always liked using like their olive oils, and I know they can get figs there and stuff. And I think in the wines, I think she always talked about moving there, and I'm glad she can, because that's part of being successful, and you can live where you want, I guess. And I'm glad. For her, that's great to be starting where you're giving free samples in a grocery store to doing what you want and living in whatever country you want to live in. You got to give her props, because she did a really, really good job of marketing herself. And that's what it's all about, is we just got to market ourselves better, I guess. But I would watch some of her stuff and then just keep plugging along, just keep trying different things. But yeah, I hope you do a live. That would be great. I'd watch it. The other thing with lives is what I do is like the other night I was on with Mrs. Paula. I think you know Mrs. Paula. It was 2 nights ago, I think. We had a lot of stuff going on, whether peak calls, weird, all sorts of calls and everything. So what I did was I kept coming back and forth, and then I had to go finish mowing the lawn because we had a storm coming in and my grass was a hayfield. And I just told her, hey, just so you know, I kept her live running on my phone. I kept my phone in the house with her live going. And then every half an hour, I'd come in, get something cold to drink, sit down and say, hey, I'm back for a few minutes, just taking a quick break. So I watched her entire live, even though I didn't watch it. So she was on for an hour and 20 minutes or whatever. So for my time, she actually got the full hour and 20 minutes of watch time. So that's how I like to support people. So if you do a live, and even if I'm not available or I have something going on and I don't need my phone, I plop it on the live and I just let it run and then just let it go. So you can pick up a lot of time and a lot of subscribers and a lot of interest in a live. So what I do a lot of times, I just take this pad of paper. You'll just see my chicken scratch. It's just a bunch of notes. And I have a quick script on things I'm going to talk about for 15 minutes. If nobody shows up, I just continue down through the script. And at 15 minutes, I just end it and I let it go. And then people can watch it later and comment. If people come in and we talk, then I'll stay on for a while. And that's how I do it anyways. I know some people just stay on for an hour regardless. If the live isn't working at that time, I'm not just going to sit here at a blank screen. I don't want to do that, but I got so much other stuff going on. But yeah, like I said, anybody that's here, I know I got a couple people here. If you go down in the comments after the video, put in your channel, put in what your channel is about. Let those that follow us and the subscribers I follow go comment on their stuff. Let them know, hey, I do jokes, or I do cooking, or I do fishing, or I do flying. I fly aircraft, whatever. I build model planes. Put down there what you do, and then you're going to find that there's going to be people that are going to see what you do, and they're going to be like, that person, that interests me. And they can check your channel out and possibly pick up a subscriber, or they'll watch at least some of your videos and you'll get time. So it's all about analytics and making sure you're trying to reach as many people as possible and get interaction from as many people as possible. So, well, everybody, with that said, I do have to go back outside because I do have to finish some stuff outside. And I thank everybody for being here. Thank you, Nicola, for showing up. I would say just go do a 15-minute live at some point. Just have a dish there you made. Talk about the recipe, and then try the recipe. 15. I'll come watch, and then after the 15 minutes, if people are interacting, and then when I know you're live, post it in your community, in a community post also that you have. Post it on. You know how you do a community post where you can go put a picture. Go make an announcement. Just say, Thursday night I'm going to go live for a little while, and I'm going to show this. I cooked this dish. I'm going to try it. I'm going to talk about the recipe, and then share it, or I'll come in and I'll share it and like and share it on my page. That way people are seeing it in multiple locations. That's another thing, is to share people's other videos and to share their community posts, so it travels around and more people get to see it. But yeah, definitely. When I leave here, I'm going to make sure I have you, that I know I've subscribed. I'm going to see if the notification bell is clicked. So I will get notified when you do a live. So yes, you have a great day also. And I will talk to everybody later. And again, go down below, leave a like or whatever in the comment, subscribe if you wish, but then please let everybody know what your channel's about in the comments so they can follow. You have a good day.